Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to a brand new video here today, and what is technically the end of Season 3 of the My Team Career Mode and the start of Season 4. First of all guys, if you missed the previous episode, the finale in Abu Dhabi, then go check it out guys. I'll leave a link up in the top right hand corner of your screen. Before we jump into any spoilers, of course, you have a chance to go watch that video, a race where we start from the back of the grid and we have the chance of breaking the most wins of all time. So go check that one out. But today we are here for the end of Season 3, start of Season 4, and I can confirm we have a new teammate. As you guys know, Daniel Ricciardo hanged up his helmet at the end of Season 3, and I have signed one of the best drivers you will ever see as my teammate, and I can't wait to show him to you guys. So here we go. The official reveal is here. 3, 2, 1. Look, guys, listen. I don't know what's happened. Basically, I finished Season 3, and we've got technically this reserve driver as our teammate, and yeah, apparently he's our new number 2 driver now. So Aaron Barnes has been given the seat, and you can see 25 rated, 25 experience, 25 racecraft, 25 awareness, and 25 pace. So he's not exactly the quickest driver around, but I'm sure he's got some potential. Driver acclaim 0 as well. So yeah, guys, let me know what you think. It's going to be interesting. I think we could potentially be a dark horse with Aaron as our teammate. I think he could be a bit of a weapon. You know, he could definitely, put out a few surprises, and I'd love to see what he can do moving forward. But in all seriousness, let's address the second driver. So let's jump into it. As you guys know, the season finished, and the game by default has assigned my reserve driver, but I have a driver in mind. It was between Mr. Lando Norris and George Russell. Originally, I was going to go for George, but then I got a lot of comments saying Lando, and I thought about it, and it did sway me a little bit. But then eventually, at the end, I went back to my roots, and we're going to go with Mr. George Russell. So let's sign him up. You guys said to me in all the comments of all my videos he has a lot of potential as a young driver, so we're going to go ahead and sign him up. Here we go then. We've got pretty much $23.5 million. George is worth 15 million. Driver acclaim 15. He's 85 rated, so I think with our facilities in place he's going to go up even more. So let's make an approach and let's see if we can try and sign him up. You can see he's pretty well rounded, which is great. So yeah, we're going to replace Mr. Aaron Barnes with George Russell. I know it's a shame, you know, Aaron is a good driver. He's done a lot for us, but unfortunately, Aaron, mate, you're going to have to be replaced, okay? Well, we're off to a good start. First of all, George has accepted the approach. Now we're going to get into some negotiations. Now, we're going to go for an auction. Of course, we're going to have to make sure we win that. It shouldn't be too tricky. We've got quite a bit of cash to bid, so we're going to go for a large bid. Kick it off straight away. I don't mind overpaying because we're gonna win this. There is no doubt in my mind we're going to secure the signing of George. You can see under consideration, looks like, okay, Williams have tabled another bid, which means they're pretty close, so we're going to go for a small one, see if we can save a couple of pennies here. Looks like Williams could be running out of cash, and there we go, we've done it. George Russell is now in the team, and he is the new second driver in 97 Martini Racing F1 team. Now that's one thing out of the way. We're now down to $7.37 million, so we've lost most of our cash. Now we've got activities to assign, and I could work on them, but ultimately there isn't really much to do realistically. I mean, I would go for maybe some chassis equipment upgrade. That could be worth it because it doesn't affect other departments. Can we do anything else realistically? Power team building, that could work. And I think we're pretty much done, to be honest. I'm happy with that either way. After that though, we've got a few things to get through. R&D being the main one. So let's protect some upgrades. You guys know, of course, engine suppliers will be changing. This is the Mercedes engine. We're switching power units next year, so we're going to have to stop protecting the durability upgrades. So we're going to leave that as it is. So let's focus elsewhere. So first of all, aerodynamics. Let's go over here and start purchasing loads of these upgrades because we need to, protect as much as we can. So definitely going to work on these and start from the bottom up. I don't know if you do them in a certain order, it affects the R&D tree in terms of how it works. So I'm going to just do them in a safe order, go through the middle here, get a few of these on. Can we get one more on the car? Yes, we can. So there we go, a big chunk of aerodynamic upgrades have been protected. Now we can move ahead, and you can see we've got the facilities upgrades on the way tomorrow, which is great, and then we've got a press interview. So let's skip ahead to the press interview and let's have a little chat with Mr. William Buxton.
Your second driver's progress seems to have stalled. Are you developing them as much as you can?
Well, I wouldn't say that's the case. I think it's early days yet, and George is still settling in. We've not done any laps yet. We're still nowhere near next season, so for me it's not really that concerning, and we're at the top. We're going to keep pushing, but ultimately there's not much you can do up here.
George Russell is a promising young driver. Will you be giving him the chance to shine in your team?
Of course, he's been a great driver in F1. He's proven that with his track record. He just needs the car. He's not been driving, you could argue, the best cars, so I feel like this is going to give him the platform he needs to really spring forward his career.
Would it be safe to say that in terms of team orders, your career comes first in your team?
No, again, we've said this a lot when Daniel was the teammate. Whoever's leading the championship was ahead, whatever. We'll do what's best for the team. There is no team orders here. We're keeping it fair.
And thanks so much, as ever, for your time. It's hugely appreciated.
There we go then, guys. The interview is done. We're ready to wrap up Season 3, put an end to it, and move into Season 4. So let's go ahead, jump into it, and let's see how things change heading into next year. Well, as you can see, first of all, the acclaim. Now, for us, of course, it's not that important anymore. Team acclaim doesn't make a big difference, but for George, it's going to be interesting to see how he develops and how his acclaim goes up over the season. We get pretty much a full payout from our main title sponsor, Shark, and also, of course, maximum prize money for winning the championship, which means we're all the way up to $71 million, which is huge. Finally, the season results, of course. We secured the Drivers' Championship and the Constructors' Championship, and also broke the record for the most race wins in a season. George, of course, zeros across the board, but hopefully that is about to change heading into Season 4. Well then, guys, here we go. Team details for Season 4. First of all, we have signed a brand new title sponsor in Highland, which is going to hopefully help us out and get a bit more cash on board. You guys said, last season Shark wasn't necessary anymore, so we're going to level up and go for a higher sponsor, in this case Highland. And the power unit I've decided to go for is Honda. Reading the comments, it was pretty close between Renault and Honda, but I'm going to go for the Japanese manufacturer. I feel like I want to go for it. The performance, you can see, is level 100, which is great, and they're doing pretty well in this game, in this particular save, so we're definitely going to have to work on the durability, but performance-wise, Honda are there, so it shouldn't make a big difference to us in terms of performance. So those are the settings, guys, and the things we're going to go for this year. I'm very happy with this, so let's push ahead, and let's go into the next section of the Season 4 part of my team. Well, here we go then, guys. A brand new season, renewed optimism, and a fresh outlook, and I'm very much looking forward to retaining our crown. That's going to be the target. Let's move to some activities. Now, we've got quite a lot to get through before the car reveal on the 6th. So first of all, we're going to go for a 7-day activity. Now, looking at, of course, the engine situation, we could focus on two different things, but the main one's going to be probably aero and chassis focus. The reason for that is because I feel like those two areas are going to be our strongest areas this year, so I want to make sure they're fully strengthened, and of course we've still got to protect some upgrades, so we're going to go for that one, and then we've got a few more days after the car reveal. Now, the one that really stood out to me is the driver training camp, especially for George Russell. This is going to be massive for him, so we're going to throw that on there straight away, and heading into the first race, he's going to be really, really competitive. With that said, we're not done yet. Of course, we've got a few things to get through before the car reveal on the 6th, and we're going to add some more things to our team. So first of all, we're going to go into the personnel and the facilities tab, because I feel like we can work on this. Now, the simulator is going to get an improvement. We're going to max that out. Analysis suite, we're also going to max that one out. So that means now everything is fully leveled up in terms of personnel. We then go to marketing, and sponsor relations would be important, but unfortunately the acclaim is pretty, all right now where we are. So I'm not particularly concerned about the marketing department. Looking elsewhere, durability is going to be a key factor. So what we are going to do is level up the fabrication of durability to level 3. So we're going to get that up there straight away. We're also going to go for quality control, because I want to make sure the upgrades don't fail. Got enough cash as well, so we're going to go for a build time. And looking elsewhere, powertrain as well, we've got enough cash floating about, so we are going to go for a quality control. I'm going to go for a build time, try and squeeze that on there as well, so that leaves us with $4 million. But now suddenly all of our departments are pretty much near enough maxed out, which is insane. So happy days, things are looking very good. We've got a couple more R&D points, so we're going to go ahead and spend those. Oh, actually, never mind. Looks like the regulation change has already taken effect. So we're actually going to save on to those. We're going to hang on to those points and we'll spend them shortly. So let's skip ahead. Let's go to the car reveal. That's what we're here for. It's time. Now, unfortunately, the team reveal seems to have bugged out a little bit. I had a bit of an issue with one of the mods, which is a bit of a shame. So the car is still under wraps. You can see we're ready for the next race in Australia because the time still simulated ahead, which is a bit of a shame. So I am going to reveal it in a different form. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the 97004, and of course our brand new Honda powered machine. Here she is, as you can see, already rotating from the front. You guys may have seen the front from a preview, but here she is from the side. A lot of you guys said you didn't want me to change the car too much in terms of the looks, so I didn't go too extreme. I just, redid the way the Martini looks on the car, but the black and the blue, timeless as ever. Honda on the back, of course, representing the Honda Power. We've got the brand new World Champion #1 on the car, the Honda Hybrid logo on the lower part of the engine, and you can see the logos rearranged in some black paint, and I love it. The halo is now blue. Again, a bit of a small tweak. I love it. I think the car looks like a World Championship winning car once again, and I can't wait to drive it. I think overall this car is a level up on last season's car, and that's saying something. She looks so mean. I will admit there is no title sponsor from Highland, and the reason for that is because I've obviously pre-made these mods a little while ago to make sure everything was ready in time, so I'll just quickly add the Highland sponsor on in time for round 1 in Australia, so you guys will see that in the next episode. So for now, this is the car without the title sponsor, but really nice. You can see from the halo as well, a bit of a rearrangement of the logos. You can see the Honda logo then between the Martini badges, and I've got my Twitter handle and George Russell's Twitter handle, of course, can't forget about that. So things have changed and I am here for it. She looks absolutely beautiful and I just can't wait to see her on the racetrack. The 97004, driven by myself, George Russell, and powered by Honda. But there we go then, guys. That is it. You can see we've got the brand new race suits, which feature the sponsors, of course. Also, I'll add the brand new Highland sponsor in due course, but we've got some brand new caps, mainly black with just some blue on the front, and also the Honda badge on the race suits, along with the 7 sponsor now added to the sleeve. And I've replaced the sleeves and the leg and the stripes from navy blue to black, so it's a bit more in line with the car theme. And worth noting, you can see Russell on screen. He's got level 2 on media coaching, which is great, 99 rated and 90 pace. So I'm really excited to see what Russell was like in the first race in Australia, guys. And let's quickly delve into the driver market because I'm expecting some changes. Let's see what's happened. So we've got Hamilton and Bottas still at Mercedes-Benz, Verstappen still at Red Bull, Sebastian Vettel and Charles Leclerc still at Ferrari, Pierre Gasly still at Renault, along with Perez, who's still at Racing Point, Ocon also still at Renault, so no changes so far. Kvyat also still at AlphaTauri, Sainz, Norris still at McLaren, Albon at Red Bull, Stroll still in AlphaTauri, Magnussen still in Racing Point, George Russell, of course, now racing for the 97 Martini Racing Team, Giovinazzi still at Haas, Grosjean still at Haas, Latifi at Williams, and his teammate is Mick Schumacher. So no big changes over the winter. Ricciardo's retirement hasn't triggered the big change in driver transfers I was expecting, but Mick Schumacher is back in Formula 1, and it looks like Mercedes have given him a deal with Williams thanks to the Mercedes partnership. So there you go, Schumi back in the sport. You know, he hasn't been in F1 since season 2 when we dropped him for Ricciardo, so it's good to see Mick back in the sport, and I can't wait to see him on track and race against him. But there you go, guys, that is it for the preview of season 4. Schumacher is back. We have Honda Power, Russell is our teammate, and the future is very bright. But before we go, let's do some upgrades. Of course, it's not going to happen for the first race. We are mid-table. We've lost a lot over the winter. You can see the big drop there due to the engine change, and also not protecting enough upgrades in time, which was a shame because, you know, all those points we spent on durability with Mercedes could have been spent on other areas and we could have protected them elsewhere. But nonetheless, Mercedes are the quickest team in the grid, Williams the slowest. Let's do a few upgrades. We've got plenty of points to spend 4,000 of them to be exact. So let's delve straight into the chassis department, and we're going to put a few of these on straight away. We're quite poor in the chassis, so we're going to have to work on that, and we're going to put all 3 of those on straight away. I've got just about enough points left maybe for a chassis upgrade. No, I don't, so we'll have to wait on these 3 a bit later on, but hopefully we'll get that triple upgrade on the chassis. The engine actually looks okay. The upgrades seem to have carried over from the Mercedes engine, to the Honda, so we're looking pretty good here, and everything looks relatively maxed out, so happy days. It looks like we're actually not doing too badly, and the parts we protected as well for the durability seem to have also protected themselves. So you know what, actually things aren't looking too bad. I think we can definitely work with this, and I'm curious to see how this goes. But guys, now we're done. We're ready for the new season. Australia, round 1, of course. We're going to see how it goes. If you enjoyed this video, guys, smash the like button. Subscribe for the start of Season 4, which will be not tomorrow, it'll be the day after, so stay tuned for that one. Notifications turned on preferably, so you guys don't miss the video. And finally, check out the 2 videos on screen right now if you haven't seen them. But guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you all next time for the Australian Grand Prix.